Hi, welcome back to Family and Fit, where we talk fitness and how to integrate it in your busy lifestyle. So today, I'm going to be running through my strength routine. I'm basically going to kind of take y'all raw through the routine and just kind of take everything set by set, and you'll see exactly how I execute my workout. I'll try to time lapse all my actual sets, so that way this video doesn't end up being an hour long, hour and a half long, however long it may take. I kind of want y'all to see exactly how I go through my sets, set by set. I've got some raw workouts, but I've never taken y'all through every little bit of the workout, as far as going through my warm-up of the workout, going through my working sets, and going through my end failure sets, and then also just going through the type of workouts that I go through. Now, I have just recently written a fitness program for my strength and hypertrophy. For those of you who don't know, I do a hybrid style lift, which means I do strength and hypertrophy style training. I essentially try to split my strength and hypertrophy 50-50 for the week's volume. So I try to do 50% strength volume and 50% hypertrophy volume. And I alternate these back and forth, so that way I don't do like hypertrophy, or strength. It's always strength, hypertrophy, strength, hypertrophy, strength, hypertrophy. And the reason why I do that is because essentially why I'm giving the strength side of my muscles to heal, I'm working. And the reason why I go about doing it that way is so that while my strength muscles are healing, I'm working out my hypertrophy. And while my hypertrophy muscles are healing, I'm working out my strength. And this is just kind of part of my theory series, and part of me just testing with my own body and seeing how I go about with me just experimenting to see how much progress I can actually gain going through this type of lifting. Now, throughout my course of my lifting history, this is pretty much how I've lifted always, but it's always been just very kind of willy-nilly, and today I feel like strength, tomorrow I feel like hypertrophy, and just bouncing around at however with really no structure. I might do hypertrophy for a couple weeks, then I might do strength for a session, then I might go back to hypertrophy, and then I might do strength for a week, and then back to hypertrophy for a month, and then strength for a month. And it's just been so back and forth that I've never really dialed in on trying to increase both of them at the same time. And I feel like really this may be one of the best tactics, because it's going to allow parts of your body to heal while you're working other parts of your body. So being that I'm doing that, you're going to have to check out my other video for me to go really into detail. But essentially what I'm going to try to do is keep those two segregated as far as possible, like doing 1 reps and 15 reps. Just check out my fitness routine video, hybrid style lifting, to get more information on this, because I don't want to drag this video out too long, go into too many details regarding that. The video's not posted just yet, but it should be out by probably next Wednesday. That's what I'm shooting for. Let's go ahead and just jump right into this workout. I'm going to be starting off with some warm-ups. I got 135 pounds on the bar. What we'll be doing today is we'll be doing flat bench, and we'll be doing weighted pull-ups. Alright, so as you've probably seen right there with that set, is I'm using the safety bars there. It makes the movement feel kind of awkward, just because the bar's bouncing off of the safety bars down there, and it just makes it like rock and hit. Plus, my bench is not quite on a completely level surface, so as you're lifting, the bar is already a little bit crooked. So one side kind of hits down before the other one does. And plus, I think the safety bars are bent a little bit. And I don't really need it for this lightweight here, but as I go into my 3-rep range for my strength, I'm definitely going to need those safety bars, being that I'm down here working out by myself. I got the safety bars set exactly so that basically I just touch my chest. It just happens to so work out like that, which is really good. That way I can still get most of the range of motion. It also makes it kind of awkward at that position to stop before I actually touch my chest and go back up, because I'm a very explosive lifter, and a lot of times I use that bounce off the chest. That's just the way I like to lift. And I pretty much, even my hypertrophy and strength, I'm very explosive with my workouts. And that's just because that's the type of strength that I want, that's the type of agility that I want. I just overall want my muscles to be developed in that manner. So you seen a second ago I did 12 reps on that bench press. That would be the only time that I hit 12 reps, and I only do that so that way I can get some blood pumping into my muscles. It's mainly just to get the blood pumping and get the muscle fibers warmed up. I do not hardly do any stretching. I might do a little bit of this to open up the chest. And I'll let it really stretch over the top too, to stretch out my back a little bit. But overall, I really rely on doing some super lightweight. Now, if 135 pounds is heavy for you, I can probably hit about 20 reps at 135 pounds. So that's a very nice warm-up for me. I hit about 12 reps because I don't want to get into any type of fatigue stage. I want to keep it very strength focused. So as you can see here, you probably seen me do these before on some of my other videos. I just have one of these pull-up bars in the door jam. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing with this. I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna hit about 12 reps. I can do about 20 reps of body weight pull-ups. So that's what I'll start out with this, is just the 12 reps. If you haven't noticed, this lift right here is gonna be a superset. I generally will superset back and forth. And that's how I go about doing it. There'll be some times where I do a little bit more focus towards like chest or back, where I might hit like 3 to 5 sets doing chest or back, and then I'll start supersetting. But I generally just do that to get a little bit more volume in one or the other, depending if I'm sore or something along those lines. So the next weight we have here on the bar is 185. This is going to be another thing. I'm going to hit like 3 reps of this. Still consider this a warm-up, because I can probably hit 7 to 8 reps, but I'm not wanting to get into any higher rep range now than 3 reps. The first 12 was just get blood pumping. Now this is to really get the muscle fibers ready for some strength style lifting. Now, when I'm doing these warm-ups to get the muscle fibers ready, I will bounce back and forth quite a bit, and I won't take near as long of breaks as I will when I get into my working sets. Now that I'm going to go back to my second set of weighted pull-ups. So now I'm going to go from body weight pull-ups to weighted pull-ups, and I'm at about 25 pounds, which will put me close to 185. It'll be more like 175-ish with a 25-pound weight, but that's what I'm going to do for my next warm-up set of the weighted pull-ups. And essentially, I'm just using a weighted belt. I'm sure you've probably seen these before. Okay, so I may have lied. I got a 35-pound weight on here, not a 25-pound. So I'm going to actually be doing closer to 185, 186, and 187, depending on what my weight's at for the day. I'm also doing these for triples as well. Like I said, pretty much the remainder of this workout will be nothing but triples. Now, there will be times on my strength days that I may go to singles and try to shoot for new PRs. I'm probably not going to do that while I'm by myself. And I'll also do some singles for some volume and stuff as well. I'll try to do like singles of like, 10, 20 pounds less than what my 1 rep max is. So I'll be doing singles of stuff that I could probably actually hit 3 reps as a max, but I'll just hit single, 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 single. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm trying to stay away from failure, but still trying to lift as heavy as possible without reaching failure for strength style working sets. So here we got 205 on the bar, which that's what I've been working with, 205 on triples, so meaning 3 reps. This is going to be a working set, but I think I'm going to go up to 210 and just do triples of 210 because I'm trying to do progressive overload. And as I was hitting triples, I was able to hit triple after triple after triple, and I pretty much never reached a point of failure to where I could not do triples. I'm really pushing for having some strength style working sets, because most of the time when I'm doing working sets it's only on my hypertrophy days, and I almost never do strength working set days. That's one of the things that I'm really trying to implement with these workouts, is that I'm lifting a lot lighter than what I can, but trying to get in more volume at those heavier weights. Most of the time whenever I've done strength stuff, it's generally I pyramid up to like a 1 rep max and then I pyramid back down, but I never stay at that super high weight range and just lift and lift and lift. So that's one of the things that's kind of changed with my hybrid style lifting, is that I'm actually doing way more volume at a way higher weight. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this 205 for triples. So one thing I probably will do with this is I probably will do way more working sets. So one thing I will do with this is I'll probably do about 2 to 3 sets of the 205 before I jump up to 210, just because I want to make sure the muscle fibers are nice and warmed up. Like I said, I know this is a pretty easy weight for me as far as hitting triples. So I want to make sure I give my muscle fibers a little bit more time to warm up before I jump into a heavier weight. Alright, so as far as these weighted pull-ups go, I have 22s right now. I'm going to put 2 of them together for 44 pounds. I'm going to hit a triple of this, and then we'll go up in that weight as well. Weighted pull-ups, I'm going to also increase my weighted pull-ups to the 210 as I am with my bench press. Alright, so I'm going to be going into my second true working set. The other 2 are kind of warm-ups. This is also going to be at the 205 before I jump up to the 210. I don't know if anybody else experiences this, but a lot of times whenever I'm doing weighted, or when I'm doing my strength style lifting, like literally my first like 3 to 5 sets will feel harder than the following sets. It's like my muscles get warmed up and then it's like triple, and it's just so freaking easy at that point. And like I said, that's part of the reason why I'm going up to 210. If you see, I'm kind of struggling a little bit with getting the 205. And so I'm probably going to do one more set of 205 to make it 3 working sets of 205. Just so I give my muscle fibers a little bit more time to warm up. Because like I said, these triples are actually really easy for me. They feel easy for me, even though I'm having a little bit of stability issues. And that is also because of the safety bars down here. One of the other things that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep my volume the same, not just the weight, with my chest and back. Which means I'm going to be hitting these 44 pounds one more time before I go up to my 210. With these 44 pounds, I'm probably sitting at about 198 pounds or so with my body weight and the weights. So I believe this is going to be my 3rd working set with the 205. Some odd reason these triples are feeling kind of hard. I did take some Hydroxycut Hardcore, which is a stimulant. I'm using it as a stimulant for energy or whatever, kind of like a pre-workout. And one thing I noticed when I take too much stimulants, too much pre-workout, my nervous system gets shot a little bit quicker. I'm still going to go for the 210, but I'm probably really going to be pushing to hit that triple of it. Alright, so I'm going to be doing the final set of my weighted pull-ups at the 195, or whatever it is, 198. Alright, so this next set I am going to go ahead and go for the 205. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, probably about 5 minutes or so. I've actually not probably taken any breaks at all. I've almost cut none of this footage out, so everything you've seen has been pretty much just raw or loading up the weights, like pretty much no break in between. I've been supersetting back and forth. Like I said, no break. So something to take into consideration, whenever you're doing strength style training, a lot of times you want to take a good solid break, anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes per set. And especially with supersetting like this, cardiovascularly, I'm getting kind of out of breath, and you know, because you're exerting a lot of strength for your body to be able to perform these movements. So you definitely want to make sure you have your oxygen levels back, and you're wanting to be able to essentially lift with as much weight and then still be able to get as much volume as possible with that highest amount of weight. So that's part of the reason why you're taking longer breaks when it comes to doing strength style lifting. Hypertrophy, you're just essentially trying to break it down, and getting in as much reps as possible, whereas when it comes to strength, you're trying to get in as much weight as possible. Both you should be getting in as much volume as possible, but the difference is one is the most reps and the other one's the most weight. And that's just a general rule of thumb. Alright, let's start this over again. So I took about a 5 to 10 minute break. My muscles feel nice and revived now, so I definitely feel like I'm ready to hit these triples on this 210 right here. Also, whenever I go to do my weighted pull-ups, I'm going to increase that to 210 as well, or at least get as close to it as possible. The 210's feeling nice, feels heavy, but it feels good. It feels like a great weight to be hitting. I'm liking that feel. So I'll probably stay at 210 for about 3 sessions or so, 3 heavy sessions, so about 3 weeks before I go to progressive overload. Right now, what I'll be targeting on is progressive overload in the manner of volume. So when you do a certain amount of volume, it's automatically going to be breaking down the muscles more and more. And so I highly believe in progressive overload, but I do not believe you need to progressively overload every single week, because I feel like sometimes you are overloading the muscles on a weekly basis, no matter if you're climbing up in weight or not. I do believe in progressive overload, but I do not believe you need to progressively overload every week, because I believe you're in that overload. Just because if you needed to progressively overload every single week, then you would be able to lift 1,000 pounds here in a couple years, and that's not going to be the case. Your muscle just grows way too slow to keep up with the amount of weight that you could continually add on. Oh, it's heavy. That's heavy, dude. Gonna be going for 210 here, baby. Hopefully we got 3 of them. Gotta hit triples, baby. Gotta hit triples. Three of them. 3 all day. Alright guys, so y'all just missed a set. Y'all just missed a set of me hitting this 210. I did a bunch of rambling too, man. I rambled on, and then like realized the camera wasn't even recording. What a bummer. The audio was recording, so I might put that in the next set. I might do a voiceover type of thing and just kind of record the audio that was over, the audio of that clip that didn't get recorded visually. The audio got recorded, so I might just go ahead and, that way y'all can hear me rant on about that thing. This video is already long enough, so you probably would just wish I'd just shut up and keep working out, right? I actually think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up right here just because I don't want it to be too long. I'm going to hit one more set of the weighted pull-ups, and then I'm going to probably do a little bit of shoulder isolation stuff just to get some nice tear down in the shoulders. Probably do a little bit of bicep work just to get a little bit there. I really need to do some rack pulls because I've been slacking. But yeah, so that's probably what I'll actually do is I'll probably revert over doing some rack pulls. I'm not going to really do anything video-wise on that because I have a rack pull video, and this video is already too long to add it to it. If you're mad at me for not adding the rack pulls, just let me know down in the comments below, and I guess I'll catch you on the next one. I'm gonna hit one more set after. I'm gonna hit one more set of these, and one more set of those, and one more set of these, and then yeah, I'm gonna wrap up my workout for the day. I'm wore out. I tweaked up on hydroxycut. Yeah, catch you on the next one.